Welcome to We Are Not Alive. My name is Gus.
And my name is Zooey.
And today we're talking about the Gaslight District from Glitch Productions.
Yeah, oh my god, and how excited I am to discuss the Gaslight District. We are both fresh off watching this. It's hot off the press.
Gaslight, Gate Boss.
Girl keep.
I gotta say, Glitch Productions has such a great track record of not just like coming out with really great indie shows on a production value level, but the amount of like creativity that goes into each of the settings, from like Murder Drones to that the Amazing Digital Circus to this, the Gaslight District, and also the upcoming Knights of Guinevere.
Yeah!
All of these things really not just like utilize all of the resources that the people behind this channel and this production company have, but these are really unique settings that you wouldn't necessarily see in mainstream animation.
Exactly, they're unique settings. I love my world building. Both of us, we both like that intense world building, that crazy, interesting world building.
Honestly, this one, like on a cosmic scale, might have the craziest world building of any show so far. And that's not
Truly.
to knock Murder Drones or the Amazing Digital Circus. I keep trying to call it that one digital circus, which is something else. But
No!
those who know.
You can't.
Honestly, not to knock the premises of either of those shows, but like, you know, the kind of like there's no more humans and it's an apocalypse with robots. We've seen stuff like Nine and Wall-E that do that. And also like, you know, people who know I have no mouth and I must scream, they're familiar with like what Digital Circus is a version. And both of them are like novel takes on what they're trying to do. This is like humanity's become immortal because they've been cursed by their own hubris and they're watched over by like vulture-like angel. What is this? It's sick. It's so rad.
I'm like, nobody can see me right now, but I'm waving my hands around and I'm like nodding like I'm insane because it is genuinely just really good. And like, obviously, like you were saying too, both of those other shows are really, really good. Obviously, if anybody knows me, yeah, I love my circus stuff. I love my weird circus stuff. Of course, I'm gonna like the Amazing Digital Circus, but like, I gotta be honest, like, I really like, this is my favorite so far. I think because it's so unique to have, and again, and it's not just the setting, it's like, the characters are also very interesting, and that they are a crime family.
Let's talk about them.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're so cool. So, right out the gate, I love that they are like, they're in this like grimy, slimy, rust-encrusted setting, and they're all just criminals that are like out for their own ends. Like, they are like amoral, but they care for each other, and that's what gives this show its heart.
Oh my god, yeah. I immediately love Mel.
See, Mel is great because not only is she a really fun character in her own right, but like she is like the thing that gives this all stakes, because she's at the center of like this plot prophecy about a human with black blood living among these zombies, which also means that she is the one character in this entire world that can die. And because she's like the main character, essentially, it's like, well, those are the stakes of the story. It's a world full of immortals and monsters, but if she dies, the show's over.
Exactly. And oh my god, like there's so many things I want to talk about. And I know we're like diving into the characters. There are four like main characters.
The heist crew. Every heist needs its crew. Can I just say, I'm so glad that one of these is like a heist story, because like with Murder Drones, we had basically the trappings of vampire fiction mixed with some like AI horror. We also had like the Amazing Digital Circus. That's even further into like the murderous AIs. Running theme of dangerous AIs messing with society and human innocence. I don't know. Maybe we'll put a pin in that one.
Interesting.
But what I like about this is that they're going all in on like doing like heist stuff and like crime stuff, which is a new format for a Glitch show.
Yes, of course. Like I'm so incredibly excited about this. Again, it just dropped. If you're watching this from the future, it just dropped for us.
We're both a couple neurodivergent guys who are like stimming the fuck out right now trying to think about this show.
The energy is electric right now.
But I guess like, you know, to go further into the main crew, we've got Ken the Butcher, who's kind of the leader of all of this, who he is great design. He is the spitting image of like the dad from the Dinosaurs sitcom with those puppets. Like his face looks exactly the same, but he's also a grimy zombie who stores his blade in his head.
Yes.
So Ken is like basically the muscle of this team. I mean, they all get into the fighting, but like he seems like the most able to throw down, and also he is like a good case study for how this show is able to look so like grungy and brutal and violent, but because it's all like zombie gore and the blood are all like, you know, a number of different colors, it doesn't like make YouTube go, no, hang on. No.
Exactly. We got that purple blood. And like characters like him, he reminds me a little bit, I don't know if this is a stretch, but he reminds me a little bit of Captain Silver from Treasure Planet. He's got that vibe, you know? Obsessed with him. He's great.
He is great. And to just go back to the idea of like, you know, the different colored bloods, that is something that can really set a show apart and really set the tone of like what the world and setting are like. Because, you know, for example, if there was a post-apocalyptic blood sport world where the blood was blue, maybe that's a show that people might want to check out.
I knew it. I felt the segue. That was a beautiful segue.
Yeah. So Zooey, you actually star alongside fellow contributor Addison Peacock in KILLJAM XXX, which is a audio drama of our own collaboration, co-created by Henry Galley and Addison Peacock, voiced in by Zooey and I are both characters in it that are recurring, but your role is really central to like the overarching arc of this first season.
Yes, and I'm so very excited about it. Yes, so KILLJAM XXX is coming out extremely soon. It is coming out this upcoming Wednesday, April 23rd.
If you like crazy, like brutal worlds with insane character designs and lots of like fun violence, then you will get a kick out of KILLJAM XXX. Also, Zooey, you actually voice act in the first released episode alongside a friend of the show, Gianni, who is Breadhead in the Gaslight District.
Yes! Oh my god, Gianni is the sweetest person in the world. Gianni is so sweet and so incredibly skilled, and I'm always so excited when I see people who, like, I've crossed paths with, like, in projects, and who, like, I become mutuals with, or even friends with in projects. In general, any project.
And, like, Breadhead himself is a character who I feel like could, like, spawn in the middle of a hot topic and it would feel natural. Like, Breadhead, to me, like, he has such that... I've talked before about how Wamawink from Netflix's Centaur World looks like you know, the sort of, like, Rainbow Bunchy, all the things, like, that era of, like, internet stuff where everything looked like the puking rainbow type aesthetic. Breadhead, to me, he so recalls the, like, Invader Zim, Jeff the Killer, like, big bug eyes, like, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. He feels like he comes from that, and, it's just... He's such a non-standard character design, even in this show that is full of, like, crazy-looking people, that I just want to know what his deal is.
Literally, me too! Yeah, so fun. Yeah, Gianni is an absolute delight. Also, we got in KILLJAM as well, Belle Rusape, who voices in this as well, the Virtue Doctor. Belle, again, one of the sweetest people in the world when I've started doing voice acting, and Belle still does this with everybody, but will, like, tag people in casting calls. Belle is, like, the sweetest person in the world, but yeah, Belle's also in KILLJAM. So incredibly thrilled to see him doing stuff like this.
Also, shout out to John Winfield as Mud. We don't know John Winfield, but he does an amazing job as Mud, and yes. Mud is a great character who, I think, like, what's great about Mud is that not only is he a multi-talented character on the heist, and he's, like, you know, great with a gun, you gotta have, like, someone, you know, going blam blam in a setting like this. he also looks like the most standard of the main, like, smiling dead crew in terms of, like, being a zombie. And you really need that to make the others and their specific quirks stand out.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, these character designs, oh my god. I mean, it's just the art direction on this in general.
Put them on a shirt. I know they're selling merch already, but like this world needs like more of these characters, like on t-shirts, on mugs. Like, get me a breadhead backpack. Like, are you kidding me?
Dude, the cosplays are gonna be nuts.
Not only our main characters, but like the standard rotlings with their like boxy heads and their skeletal bodies, and then like the virtues who have like brain chamber heads and like weird angelic like like everything in this is, I like that even the inclusion of these like holy characters who like live on high above, I guess, what's left of the post-apocalyptic world. Even the heavens have rotted. Even the heavens are full of freaks and weirdos and creatures.
I know, it's incredible. I mean, oh my god, yeah. The art direction on this is insane. I mean, it's from the world itself, from like the camera shots that they have going on, these large.
It's so artful. It's so artfully shot.
It is so artfully shot. There is so much care put into it. It's like these big, wide, sweeping shots that like transport you through the landscape of it all. Like the character designs themselves really stand out and unique. And again, 3D animation, like I'm a 2D lover. I love 2D animation. I have so much respect for 3D animation. I just love my hand drawn like frame by frame 2D. However, this is so cool as like 3D animation. I mean, it's like it has that like unique pushing the limits of what you can do with 3D animation. It's experimental. The music is fantastic. Like, the settings are really cool. It has texture to it. They have these graphics that come up of like characters, like names that pop up. At one point, there's like all these characters that get dropped to the bottom of the ocean. Right?
That is such a perfect moment to set up the stakes of this setting. And it's like, while nobody can die, they can be dropped into the ocean on cinder blocks, which is a classic sort of mob execution style, except it's like both darker and less dark because they don't die from this, but they're like stuck down there forever, I guess.
Literally!
It straddles that beautiful, beautiful line between being like way too bleak and being darkly hilarious.
I know! Like, they're planting seeds for like world building stuff. They really are. I mean, they've got like the black hand, like I don't know what that is. Like we got some like weird religion form.
And there's a major point throughout this because obviously the first episode of this show, which I assume is going to focus on a lot of criminal capers, there is a heist at the center of all of this, and what they're heisting is an angel egg, which to me, and this might be just me, my YouTuber brain looking for Easter eggs everywhere, but I immediately thought of the famous anime movie Angel's Egg, in which it is like a flooded world with like just one small landmass, and, it's like humanity has sort of been lost to something that has gone wrong in the heavens and in their souls, and this is the kind of setting that is like, it evokes similar feelings, but it takes its like tone in a completely different direction. Exactly. In a more madcap, like insane direction, full of action, there's not even like that much like humor and jokes in this, but like it still feels very like humorous to look at, I guess. Maybe because it's so absurd. Is that it's taking everything to this, like, there's so much, like, slapstick and quality movement, and the expressions themselves convey so much that, like,
oh my God,
you don't even need, like, big capital J jokes in this. Most of the time, it's just like, look at these people, look at these gross-up close-ups.
I love those close-up shots. There's this one part where they go back after the beginning kind of opening scene where they're in, like, a semi, like, car chase kind of thing, right? And they go back to, like, the butcher shop area. Forgive me for butchering the names of the areas. I'm just so excited. We just jumped jumped right into.
No, it's okay. We are experiencing this for the first time. You know,
Yeah,
we're still
yeah.
piecing together the details. There's a lot of blink and you miss it stuff throughout this that I'm sure will be elaborated on in the later parts of this series.
Exactly, yes. But they have this like bit where they're like kind of talking about the different characters and like introducing them slightly, where they go down and they just show each one like redhead and everything, and they have these beautiful close-up shots that are just extremely detailed, and it reminds me of like Flapjack. I say this as a compliment, but like the grossness of Flapjack, that like kind of dirty grunge, but like charming about it. That's how it feels to me. Oh my god.
You hit the nail on the head right there, because that's something I really wanted to hone in on. Like, and the feeling I got throughout this is that like I grew up with like Billy and Mandy and Flapjack, and like there was stuff like Code Lyoko that was being like pushed over, like the whole Magoozy era of Cartoon Network. I remember really enjoying, and to me, Glitch in general, but also this show especially, feels like the version of Cartoon Network that we would have gotten if we like stayed in the grimy, gross, like push the envelope, high concept sort of horror stuff.
Yes, and they have these really beautiful, like we were saying, when the characters, they do that shot where they show all of these other characters that are, like, dropped to the bottom of the ocean, eternally stuck there with cinder blocks, like, tied to them, right? Very mob-like, you know, quote-unquote execution, even though they're living forever. They have these graphics and these really beautiful, like, illustrations that pop up every now and again where, like, they have a lot of letter work in this, and I love letter work. They have like at one point the dad is talking to Mel, and he's saying like, you straight up told people that you're like a human. Why would you do that? And they have this funny like montage shot where they go down to the bottom of the ocean and they show all the characters that he had to basically dispose of, quote unquote, to hide her secret of being a human, and it pops up on the screen these different like it looks like it's taped onto the screen where it says, I had to get rid of like 2 waitresses and a dishwasher and this
and
like,
a busboy.
The titles are popping up on the screen, and then you have like these interim like pop-up illustrations that come up that say like part 1 this, part 2 this, with like this medieval hand-lettered font, and like, I mean, it's in the trailer. If you go onto the YouTube channel and look up Gaslight District trailer, they have like this one that says around like 49 seconds it says cement, and then 48 seconds it says deceive. I'm looking at it right now because I'm eating it up with a big spoon because I love
with
it.
A big old spoon.
It's so like, just watch it. It's so good.
Exactly. Go beyond watching the trailer. Watch the thing. It's out now. We had a blast with it. Like, genuinely, it's such a good time for indie animation. And I also just dig Glitch is going in a direction where it's like, let's take horror concepts and just like outright bizarre, fascinating worlds, and let's make them as fun as we possibly can.
Brilliant. There's so much I want to say that I can't put into words about this show. You really just have to experience it.
Exactly. And on that note, we are going to tie the cinder blocks and we are going to delve down to the bottom of the ocean, and we will see all of you in the near future.
Oh, and also Kingmaker, the season finale for season 3 is coming out very soon. I think it's coming out sometime next week, but Kingmaker rules too. So yeah, KILLJAM and Kingmaker, the Kingmaker histories, another great podcast. Good things are happening.